Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius December 9, 2022. Today's influences can bring stronger emotional reactions than usual, but they can be very revealing. You may be wrestling with the desire to stand out or take a creative risk and the equally strong need for some time to yourself or away from scrutiny. There can be a sudden awareness of something that's not working in the world of your work, daily routines, or health, or the need to make adjustments and meet deadlines. The need for better time management may be obvious now. While it's not the best time to make serious decisions, it's a strong time for observing and getting in touch with buried desires or frustrations that need management. Feeling dissatisfied is possible, but this discomfort can propel you to make improvements. Get ready for a full moon in your solar 6th house of productivity that arrives today. You will become especially busy at work, as you now have to attend to many responsibilities, projects, and routines. Prepare for a whirlwind. This is a crucial time to understand your authentic work and life balance so you don't burn yourself out and end up regretting it. Harness this lunation's energy and be sure you're boxing time in for your personal and romantic life. Dating is important for the heart and soul. Relaxation and pleasure are the best way to open yourself to new or existing connections. How are you holding up? The past 6 months may feel like a hectic whirlwind as you would have experienced a more mutable work and life balance. Although potentially stressful, this would have been the perfect time to experiment with your habits, routines, and even a different position if you were in the market for a new job. Now that the full moon in Gemini is here, it is time to release any unproductive habits that no longer serve the productivity or flexibility of your work life. Ease into a better work routine. Your advice on financial affairs is much sought after, especially for projects you undertake with others. Share your knowledge freely with them, but don't give everything away. It takes up too much energy and you'll be too exhausted to pursue your own interests. Listen to what others have to say, because it would be a shame to keep on giving without getting anything back. There is plenty of favorable energy afoot today, which can leave you empowered and able to tune into the divine in your daily life. To encourage the positive flow of this energy, take special care to relax your mind and nourish your body with fresh food and exercise. Any stress you feel in your eyes is best relieved through yoga, which will open the chakras and release energy that has been stored up in the body. The essence of this day will encourage you to spend some time to yourself. This may be in the form of just relaxing, meditation, or contemplative thought. Regardless of your schedule, there is always time for things like this, and it's more important than you realize. This is how balance is created in your life, and the way your mind rejuvenates. Be good to yourself and take time out. In the heart of the working week, there is not only a full moon in your work sector today but one of the most powerful of 2022. What makes this full moon different from the full moon that will fall here at some point each year is Mars, with the warrior planet of the cosmos not only using this to fuel his work passions, fighting and competitive spirit but in his war on roadblocks and barriers, whether real or imagined. A clash with the sun could create pressure, but this can often be the push needed. With this is a need to be aware of when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off. In between the moon's departure from your romantic sector yesterday and its return to your relationship sector tomorrow, in both cases for the last time this year, life is likely to take a busier turn with today's full moon. Fortunately, your relationships can wait while the spirit of romance is in the hands of planets that won't let you forget, though this is a timely reminder when it comes to knowing when to keep your work hat on and when to take it off. Our eyes in the sky. The full moon in Gemini is helping us find solutions to our problems right now, but we could have issues figuring out how to make things click. Good ideas could clash with confusion, creating frustration and irritation. Try not to be overly critical of others or yourself right now, and try to avoid giving any unsolicited advice. In the afternoon, your inner perfectionist could come out, and not in the best way. Remember to take things slowly and focus on your breath if you begin to feel overwhelmed by details. There is a need to be aware that today's full moon in your financial sector could come with some financial tension, and some of your emotional responses might be out of proportion. Behind the emotional fog of war is a clash between the moon and Mercury in your financial sector and the sun in your income sector, and the chance this brings to energize both sides of the financial fence. There are many aspects that need to be faced in order to successfully navigate this evening's cosmic climate. Themes around your goals and fantasies, self-awareness, critical thinking, and organization all commingle. The moon is not only still in your financial sector after yesterday's full moon, but there could be just as much tension between both sides of the financial fence. While the moon is no longer clashed with the sun, before leaving it will clash with Venus in her last full day in your income sector. At the same time that Mars is using this to fuel your financial passions and fighting spirit, as the planet of money, Venus knows how to turn financial tension into motivation. When Mars retrograde opposes the Sun, the universe is asking you to meld your dreams with reality in a way that is well thought out and pragmatic. The energy here gives us a rare opportunity to see where change needs to be implemented, but you must overcome your ego in order to see the path ahead. Don't let stubborn ways of thinking or arrogance stop you from seeing your way. In the pre-dawn hours, Ceres in Virgo squares off with Venus in Sagittarius, creating tension between how we give and receive love. Our upbringing or early life conditioning may have taught us that the best way to nurture others is by cleaning up their messes. Our parents might have sought to organize our lives as a mode of care. Equally, they may have been disposed to fault-finding, subtly critiquing our choices and suggesting how to better ourselves. Yet, the love we want to receive is quite different. We want our loved ones to trust us, granting us freedom of movement and allowing us space to make mistakes and learn from them. Today's Ceres-Venus square can cause us to police our partners, with good intentions. Having grown accustomed to subtle criticism, it feels safe to us. However, to tackle this dynamic, we must release the compulsion to offer unsolicited advice. We must let our partners be the messy, unpredictable people we fell for in the first place. We are not our partner's parents, and we shouldn't try to be. Professionally, you've everything going for you. If you encounter something unexpected, refrain from making any hasty decisions. Actually, what is needed is calmness and patience. Separate the important from the unimportant. Bring about an adequate solution. Maybe consider a more unconventional approach. Around dawn, the Sagittarius Sun squares off with Juno in Pisces, further exacerbating relational tensions. Our very sense of self seems to be at odds with who we present ourselves to be in committed partnerships. Indeed, we might have agreed to be in a relationship when we were an entirely different person, and we have grown in a direction that is contrary to the vows we made to another. We now have a choice to make. Do we stick it out, clearly address the disconnect, and commit to changing our contract to suit both our own and our partner's needs? Or do we decide to explore our own path? This is not necessarily an aspect of breakups, but it portends a reckoning that necessitates changes within a static partnership dynamic.